Welcome, everybody, to the 39th episode of the Made in Dreams podcast. I am your host, Mighty Vicious, as always, here with my co host, Jamie James, the Emperor, aka the Infinite. And we're back again. We're back again, and the Friday curse is real. It is real. It is real, my friends. I have gotten a different GPU and everything's been working smoothly since I had to rebuild my entire machine last weekend, and everything was okay until about 30 minutes ago. So, the Made in Dreams podcast curse.
It is. It really is. It doesn't stop.
It really doesn't. All of a sudden, it was like, hey, you don't have a mic anymore. Hey, you don't have a camera anymore either. Hey, I don't think I want to work right now. But anyway, let's start with I say all that. I say all of that to say, if at some point the podcast turns off, give us like 3 minutes and we'll be right back. Because it doesn't persist. It just likes to, take over my day. So, how you doing, Jamie?
I'm good. Glad it's finally Friday. We get to talk dreams. It's been a
Yes.
while since we've done like the podcast. Like I know we've been doing the Play Your Dreams specials while we kind of figure all this stuff out, but it's nice to be back to an actual podcast format.
I agree. Time to talk things and stuff.
And the
So,
stuff to talk about too.
yes, definitely. So, today we're going to talk about a few things, starting with MM's or Media Molecule's stream earlier today. Was very interesting. The landscape, the very sci-fi landscape with the Pebble Gateway for about an hour and a half with sound cues and a random pebble trying to be thrown through the gateway and all types of stuff. And it's really starting to get to the point where I'm wondering, like, what is all of this about? And, everybody's been going on for the last 2 months now, almost 2 months, trying to figure out what they're really aiming at. And I personally have doubled down on my theory that, like the iterations of Unreal Engine 4, Pebbles is the next iteration of the Bubble Bath engine, which will be it'll be part of the next big update. And I feel like the reason I doubled down on it is because I feel like their viral marketing J.J. Abrams Cloverfield type thing that they're going with these Pebbles, it's grown so big that I really want there to be something that blows people's minds at the end of it, because if not, like, it just feels like it feels like
Very anticlimactic.
Yeah, and either way it's fun. It's not going to change how I feel about anything, but I really feel like that's the one I'm doubling down on. What do you think?
You see, I too used to believe in that theory that it was going to be the next iteration of the Bubble Bath engine, but just before the podcast, I was sort of looking into stuff, especially with the Mega Penguin rehatched video that released a while ago, and that's in relation to the E3 jam that they did back in 2018, and they made the Mega Penguin game. And what's quite interesting is on the Mega Penguin video on the screen, it says somewhere in the Dreamiverse ... And this stream that Media Molecule did today with the arch and everything, that was called somewhere in the Dreamiverse ... So I feel like they're just relating to the Mega Penguin thing. So I don't think it's another jam. I personally think that Mega Penguin is going to be Media Molecule's first original game in Dreams. Because, like, yeah, you could say Arch Dream is their first original game, but it was more of a, we've discussed this before. It was more of showing you what can be done in Dreams. It never primarily focused on one particular art style, one mechanic, or whatever. And I think this is them now creating that one independent game within Dreams. As much as I'd love for it to be the next iteration of the Bubble Bath engine, all the correlations between the clues that they've been throwing out for the last few weeks seem to be lining up to it being a Mega Penguin thing.
I knew I should have just kept talking. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I should
You
have
asked
just
me
kept
my
talking.
opinion, and I gave you it.
That was my mistake. And you know what? No, I'm just playing because that is my alternate theory. Is that Pebbles is like a campaign expansion of an original
That's it. Yeah,
IP being
yeah,
developed
perfect.
for release, possibly to coincide with my first theory. Like it kind of is like a hand in hand because, like I said, with all the hype, I feel like there needs to be something at the
Mm.
end. So it's like, they're and
But you're
maybe
right
I'm
though. It could be both. It could be the game, and the game is running on the Pebble version of Dreams.
maybe, and I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm getting a look because guys. I don't know if you know this, but I'm a conspiracy theorist, dude. And they're just things I'm picking up on, like, and maybe I'm just reaching out with my, with my tinfoil hat, but I feel like there's a few heavy hitters in the community that have gone way too quiet recently.
Mm.
Like we've seen from the most recent partnerships and job availabilities that has been putting up that they seem to be branching out to grow, the brand and get the name recognition out. And I just feel like there's a few people who've just been a little too quiet. And, so those are my two guesses. And I see we coincide with our guesses with
Mm.
Pebble. So,
They're definitely making a big deal out of this. I mean, they've been doing this now since. I mean, the earliest I can remember Media Molecule hinting stuff about Pebbles was with the first picture for Dreamscom with the Pebbles as a sticker on the laptop. And that was a while ago. Like, that was a long time ago now. If we're talking in Twitter terms, that was quite a while back.
yeah.
And since then, I reckon that they definitely hired some of the known dreamers in the Dreamiverse to create Pebble Ouches to try and get a trend going within our mini community so that people start creating their own and building up this conspiracy around the arch. And then obviously they come out now and do this stream with the big arch and everything for an hour and a
Yeah.
half. So as much as I think it's definitely something to do with Mega Penguin, just because of the titles coinciding is just not a coincidence. I think it's definitely something bigger than just the release of an original game because they are building quite a lot of hype around it. And as cool as it will be, if it is just the Penguin game, it would be amazing. I still feel that the marketing side that they're doing internally for that would be too high just for that alone.
Well, I'm willing to hear some things from chat as far as what they think the Pebble Spiracy, as Spicy Waffles put in chat, what they think it is. But yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling some I'm feeling some angst within certain aspects of the community of what's coming next. And that's always going to be there because the one thing that's real about our community is that everyone loves dreams and everybody wants to see dreams get bigger and bigger. Like nobody sees a ceiling yet, I hope, for this, but we'll get back into that a little bit later with a follow-up topic that I want to discuss. So welcome Raga, iUser, yeah, Brown, Entropy Tamed. Entropy says there's no way Mega Penguin is the follow-up to Art's Dream. Lol.
Well, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't exactly be the best choice, but technically it would be because, for those that have been around with Dreams for a while now, obviously know who Mega Penguin is, and what better way to create an original content with an established character that the fans already know.
And you know what? I'm going to go off script because that made me think of something. What would be your dream job within Media Molecule?
Me.
Yes. This just jumped into my head because just that whole line of questioning, what's up Afro Man for Peace? So yeah, what would be your dream job in Media Molecule?
My dream job at Media Molecule would be to be a creative director for original content. So let's just say they create a team to make original games, original stuff for In Dreams, like Originals. I'd love to be a creative director directing those projects.
At
I'd
some
love
point,
that.
I am going to stop asking your.
Hey, I don't want to be. I'm not a
That's
cinematographer. I want to be a creative director.
well. See, that's the thing. I'm all. No, I'm just playing. So, I really like. I would say that would probably be my go-to as well. Is
Mm,
that I would love to just. I, this is gonna sound off, but I would just love to be the creative director, the ringleader, to be like, you know, what's the next thing we're gonna put out to really stress how great
mm.
and how powerful Dreams is as a tool. And I'm sure they have ton of people. I mean, we found out today that John Beach has been promoted. He's now lead designer.
Jen's been
So
promoted as well.
yeah, yeah. Which I'm still trying to get Jen. I'm still trying to get her
Yeah.
on this podcast because I really do think she would be interesting to speak with. Um, so, all right, well then we both want the same job, and I'll bury you for it. But the point is, all right, it's
I
just
have
jokes.
the upper hand.
It's just
I am.
you do
I,
you.
I,
I'd
I,
have to cross the
I will
pond.
drive right now, and I will wait outside their door for them to return on Monday and plea for them to give me that job.
Lol. So Entropy said, I think Mega Penguin is teasing doing something with the community, a new event, a new system of events, or new social event features.
Hmm.
Something along those lines, which is as
That
good of a
would
guess as anything.
It would tie in as well because Mega Penguin was like a jam. It was an E3 jam, so that would definitely work. Very good
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. So I guess I'm gonna move on here because I want to go into this, and even though, guys, hear me out, okay? Even though some things I say might sound negative, I couldn't be happier. I'm just super analytical, okay? So, my next thing is I wanted to ask your opinion. How do you feel about these new partnerships that have been out? We had the Media Molecules stream earlier this week where they were streaming with Imbergs and the fashion agency to and the video that he made,
Mm,
which is amazing. And we got Benz Mercedes.
mm.
Recently they thought about that partnership. I'm not sure. Like that one seems like it's going to be a game that they partnered with
Yeah.
Van on, and so how do you feel about the partnership so far?
So, I mean, some of them make perfect sense. Like when they did that collaboration with Aardman Arts, the people that animate Wallace and Gromit. Perfect idea. What a brilliant way to partner and collaborate on a creative project with none other than a creative studio themselves. It's a great idea. Perfect. This whole Mercedes-Benz thing I find extremely strange. It's not exactly like, I mean, any press is good press, right? Like, any publicity is good publicity. And,
True.
Mercedes-Benz has a lot of weight behind its name. So, it's a great way to get people that are interested in the brand, interested in Dreams. So I see sort of like the PR side of it, why they would go down that route. I don't know. I think they should be partnering with people that's more coincided with the vision of Dreams as opposed to a vehicle manufacturer, personally.
Hmm.
At the end of the day, these collaborations, they're there to obviously engage and bring more people into Dreams, get it shown more. But ultimately, because of how Dreams works and it's so community driven, these collaborations are beneficial to the community. So I feel that they should be partnering with people that make more sense for Dreams. Like you can create a bridge between any company and sort of make something there in order to justify collaboration. That's just the world of business. You can partner with anybody and say, "Oh, such and such a thing and such and such a thing. That's why we've partnered together to do blah blah blah." And anybody can do that. But I think because dreams are so special, I think they need to be careful with who they partner with.
Hmm. Okay. I mean, I'm kind of with you. There's some differences. Like you said, I love the idea of the dreams. Of dreams branching out. I also love the idea of dreamers being able to take advantage of that exposure.
Mm. Yeah,
So
definitely.
it's like even if it leads outside of dreams for opportunities, that's an amazing thing for the community to be a part of. And for them to choose someone and be like, do this, or well, are you interested? I'm sure Media Molecule isn't like standing over people being like, hey, I see you play our game. Let's why don't you go over here and do this work? But yeah, I think that in itself kind of validates uh, all of the partnerships, just because it's kind of like where you see talent and then having a way to kind of what do they call it after you go to college? They
University.
well, university, but they kind of have a placement, like they have programs to help you get placed in a job after you graduate. And I feel like that's kind of how this is. It's just kind of like, people from the community are getting a chance to basically get that exposure and kind of get
Like an
a real
apprentice.
yeah, like a really big credit on the resume. That's like, for Imbergs and Van, like that's big stuff.
Mm.
Like that's incredible stuff. So like, and that gives you more notoriety. As you said, there's no bad publicity. Everything is works to help the Dreams community. And it also helps establish Dreams as a tool in the professional space. So overall, there's nothing really for me to dislike or say I have a problem with in any sort of way. Um, but I can still also look at it in the perspective that you put it of like, who do you partner with, and like does that help the community?
Mm.
And Entropy, I do definitely feel that, and I'm gonna go back through chat in a second because I do see people have been speaking all the way back to the Pebble thing. So I'll
Mm.
get to you. I see you, but he says Entropy says I have no expectation, but I do have interest as far as the professional angle on it. And I think the only reason I think that the idea of professionalism has come into Dreams at all is because it is a testament to like what they've built. Like people
Mm.
immediately were like, "Hey, like everyone sees the road. Like you may not be interested in taking the road to professional employment, but we all know and have seen that Dreams is capable of providing that." And it's like the logical next step. Now, whether they take that through other companies or something we'll get into for the billionth time, I'm sad to say, but exporting a little bit later, like I think for certain people, because of how hard it is to really find your way in the industry at this point, not just games but in design as a whole, depending on where you live, what's open to you, it's kind of like the logical progression. It's like, hey, I can create this really high fidelity thing, whether it be a painting, whether it be a game, whether it be a music video, whether it be music. I can do it in this format. There has to be a way to push that past gaming into something that benefits me more on a personal level. So I mean, I don't really I don't know. Like I understand not really necessarily turning to Dreams and being like, yeah, this is gonna make me rich. But I do but I do see how people's minds go that route.
Mm.
Because I mean, honestly, it's just like with concept art alone, it's like you don't need to make that in any particular thing. You just have to be able to create it.
Yeah.
So I do get it. But I mean, did you want to cap that off before I go back through chat or?
Yeah, just another interesting thing about this whole collaboration thing that the Media Molecule's doing now. I was sort of thinking about it earlier today, and what's quite interesting is they have quite a unique selling point in regards to these collaborations, because what Media Molecule has is an interactive, involved advertising space. So, like, they could go to Mercedes-Benz and say, "Hey, do you want to use our platform for advertisement for your brand?" We can almost but guarantee that they will be involved. Our community will be involved in the project because that's what we've built our whole studio around, is about involvement with the community, giving them jams to do, all of these things that we have every week. The Dreams community is so involved in the product. And that's quite a unique selling point. It's a unique advertising space to say we can offer you interactive, community-driven advertising. I think that's quite interesting.
Huh.
And
Yeah.
especially with the whole collabs thing now, and like them saying in the comments, expect more of this to come. I think
Yeah.
that's their whole pitch.
Huh. Okay. Well, we will definitely see in the weeks and months to come. Verbal Creative started back. He said that he put out there that male penguins give literally precious pebbles to their mates. Tom liked his tweet. So it's not a confirmation, but he believes Mega Penguin is a love story.
Could be.
And yeah, the RBD says that's the most convincing one I've heard so far. Also, welcome RBD. And Afro said I would work for Media Molecule, but I'm living in Germany. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm in the U.S. I have no chance. So currently, I have no chance. So Inchby also said that Verbal's take was not bad. So I don't know.
Have you seen? Have you seen the comment from Vorium PSN? That's really interesting.
What, they remembers LBP2 or
Mm-hmm.
LBP3 had a progressive insurance collab where they held a competition for the best progressive themed levels. It spawned massive community backlash. See, when you were explaining that, I immediately thought, how is that going to sit? And I don't know. I really don't know. It I can see it going. I could see that same thing happening, but I feel like the Dreams community trust in Media Molecule to
Oh yeah.
always do what will help the platform. So I don't know. There could be the whole backlash thing, but I feel like we would have seen it
You
kind
see,
of already.
I agree with you, and I don't, because although Media Molecule couldn't do much to really stray me away at this point, I'm just so invested in everything that they do. At the same time, you could be like, "Come on, Mercedes Benz, really? Like, of all people, come on, pick something else." Not so much backlash, but more of like, "Come on, pick a better partner." You know?
I mean, like I said, I understand why you come from that angle, but at the same time, I mean, time's not done. Like
Yeah, no, very true.
the
And we've
world's
yet
not
to even
ending. If
see
you
what it
have,
is.
yeah,
So,
if you have an angle and you can take it, it only helps. I would just alter the way I would alter what you're saying with how my mind takes it is just like it's good, do it. But I also hope there's something else in the pipeline. Like, like but Ragamuffin said Mercedes does have the angle with their new electric vehicles. I think them stretching the limits of what a car is thought to be capable of. Same with Dream stretching the idea of what a video game can be. And yeah, I mean there is that.
like I said, you can make a connection from anything.
Yeah, and
It's
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, it's just like you can make a connection from anything from two businesses to another just to form a partnership. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's still the right choice. I'm not saying that this is a wrong choice and they've made a bad move, because I can't judge it until I've actually seen what they've done. I don't know. I feel like they've opened up this collabs idea, set the word out to all these companies, and Mercedes-Benz was the first to come back that was genuinely interested and was like, let's give it a go and see how it works. That's how I feel about it.
Okay.
I feel like they're testing the waters with this whole new unique marketing point for Dreams.
Okay. Oh, yeah, Brown said, I just wish to be able to go share my games with friends as you could do with RPG Maker a long time ago. Not interested in selling or anything professional from my part. Yeah. I mean, like I said, we'll get into the exporting thing, and as Entry said, anything that legitimizes Dreams as a real tool is good in his opinion, and these collabs help legitimize. Yeah, I mean that's kind of it. It's like it helps legitimize. I have no issue with it really at all. I'm not gonna lie, when I saw the Mercedes thing, I was like, huh? Like, just
I think that was everyone's first reaction.
Yeah, it was just like, But it wasn't necessarily anything that I was like, oh, that's a horrible play. No. So,
just another note, the music on that trailer was banging.
it
really was. It was really, really good. I hope that was made in Dreams and they released that, because it was brilliant. Like, really good song. Just saying. Really good. Really liked it.
So Vorium said the community felt like it was being misused, going back to the LBP2 and 3 thing. And
I can see that.
And RBD said that's how I felt about the Jumanji thing. I don't know. I just feel like marketing is marketing. You play the game, and there's no way to not come off that way when you're expanding your borders, if you will. And so yeah. I mean, we'll see. Verbal said, I feel like the backlash had more to do with people connection to Sackboy going corporate. There's no attachment to a character in Dreams like that, and Dreams is designed to be used outside of PlayStation, unlike Little Big Planet. Again, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's kind of where I sit on it right now. Ninja said Sackboy is pure. So
he is.
Yeah, Sackboy is pure. So I didn't feel used. I was the grand prize winner of that progressive contest. So but I guess I'll just jump right into it then, because I feel like this is going to be where we have the pure flex. GG easy. So I guess, yeah, what's the common perception of Dreams right now? Like, where are we as a community, or how outside of the community views Dreams? We've talked about this in part in different ways, because, I'm sure everyone who's here has seen that thing seen a comment regarding Dreams that is just, got the old fires burning, and, from people outside of Dreams. And, I'll go into what really kind of got me on this topic. So, like, I've been seeing Dreams pop up in bigger YouTube channels. And we talked about this, and I think it was our first episode where we talked about, what would be the good and bad of Dreams becoming more well known, but not being able to choose its representatives. I mean, not that there was ever a chance of a choice, but how it can work for and against Dreams as a platform, as a creative tool. And so, like, basically a viewer, if he doesn't mind, he can say in chat, but a viewer shared a video with me the other day that was titled Dreams is Extremely Powerful. And I was like, I could tell just by the whole, like, the thumbnail sort of. It's like, okay, this is probably a pretty big user. So I looked at it, and the YouTuber went on to say how powerful it was, going through the music, going through the design, and then at some point it took a turn.
Oh.
But because he was like, look at how powerful this could be. Look at how awesome this is. Also, you should just use sharper tools to do the same thing that isn't dreams. And I'm not gonna lie, it rubbed me. It rubbed me in a way that I felt like the police needed to be called, honestly. And so I wanted to bring that to the community and just ask. I mean, it doesn't change our opinion of dreams. We know what it is. But we have this YouTuber, and then, the comment section, tons of comments, and all of them just echoing what he said. It's like,
And
yeah,
what was
dreams
the baseline of what he was saying? Like,
dreams is
just
good, but just go learn Blender. Go use other
okay.
things that do it well or that do it better after basically a title that made you think, dreams is extremely powerful. And he did have more to say. Like, he did speak about exporting. I'm not trying to just talk crap about a YouTuber, okay? That's not what I'm doing. It's just that perception of it really did hit me, because I was like, that's, it's almost like you kind of made for me, it's like you made the main title basically the second hand purpose of the video. And then what's your reach? And then how many people are going to hear that and other things. But I'm sparking something in chat, so I do like that. But I just wanted to ask, how do we feel about that?
So, right, I can see where he's coming from. Like, I get it. It's a closed off platform. You're learning tools that's very specific to the engine itself that can't be utilized anywhere else. So from an outsider's perspective, who's not involved in the community, who's not part of Dreams, then if you will, I totally understand everybody's concerns with Dreams, and they're like, yeah, but why not just use Unity? Why not just go to an actual engine where you could physically release your game? And they're all valid points. They're all completely valid, and it makes sense. Yeah, you could go to Unity, or you could go to Unreal and start making a game and release it. You don't need to be a game studio to make a game anymore. That's not been the case for years.
Yeah.
Anybody can make a game if you'd spend the time and invest enough to learn how to do it. Anybody can. The difference with Dreams is it gives people a unique space to learn game development at a much easier level, and you have a unique point with Dreams that is the community. You have all these people that are all friendly, they all want to help you out, they all want to collaborate. You have the community jams, you have the jams. It's just a fun place to be creative. You don't have to come to Dreams expecting the world and I'm going to make this massive RPG game because it's easy to make in Dreams and I'm going to sell it. That's not going to happen. That's not what Dreams is for. It's not what it was ever intended to be. I mean, sure, exporting is a thing that they're thinking of, but we're not going to see that anytime soon. That's years away, even if it does become a thing. But these other engines, Unity, Unreal, all these engines are developed for commercial purpose from the get-go. They're an engine to develop interactive media for you to sell. That's its point. Dreams' point is to create stuff and upload it onto their platform and go, hey, look what I did. I made something cool. Do you want to look at it? Do you want to play it? It's a stepping stone into game development. It's a stepping stone into music development. It's a stepping stone into animation. That's what it's for. If you are serious about those things and you want a career in there, then yes, move to a conventional engine because that's what it's designed for. Dreams isn't designed for you to make money, at least not right now. Dreams is designed for those that have a passion for creation in any format and want an easy, interactable, low level way of learning it with a fantastic community to support you through it. That's what Dreams is for. And that's the misconception that a lot of people have with Dreams. They just think of it on the same level as Unreal and as all these other engines because it's a game development engine. Yes, it is a game development engine, but it's different for so many different reasons. It's not commercial, not yet.
Not yet.
That's where I stand with it.
Okay. So I guess then earlier we had the comment from uh, uh, I'm losing my brain. Yeah, Brown, who was saying they wanted to share his stuff with his friends. And so I guess the answer you would give is have your friends buy dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah, just have them
Just
buy
buy dreams.
dreams.
Look, if you want to get into game development, even if you want to get into game development, to make money,
Or if you just want to play games.
or yeah, but let's just focus
Yeah.
on the whole money side of things. Like if you say, right, I want to be a game developer, I haven't got time to go to college and learn it there. I don't have much time. I just want to do it in my free time, and I need to learn how to do game development. Even for someone that was serious about it and wanted to release a game, I would encourage them to try Dreams first because the other engines have such a deep learning curve from the get-go. Like, don't get me wrong, Dreams is still difficult to learn, especially the whole logic side of things, how you sculpt and stuff. It is difficult. I find it difficult. I can't sculpt anything. I'm terrible at it. Besides the point, Dreams has a much lower level entry into all things creative, even music development. It has such an easy way of learning how to use music than using a simplistic DAW. Like it took me a good 6 months to wrap my head around Logic Pro and how to start making music from like scratch, not using loops and presets and templates, just from actually physically making stuff from scratch. Took me forever to learn how to do because it's complex. And you have to learn music theory and how all these things work. Dreams gives you a controller, you press the buttons, everything is synced in the same key, and no matter what button you press, it's going to sound in tune because that's the way it's been designed. Literally, press all these buttons, you're going to make a tune. Okay, you have a metrometer, add in a drum, press all these buttons, everything's set for you in an easy way where it makes it fun and enjoyable to create. Because that's the point in Dreams. It's to make it fun. So, regardless of what type of media you're interested in creating, I would still say test it out with Dreams first. That will give you a taste of what game development's like. Speak to the community, they will show you what logic's like. Because a lot of the logic in Dreams is transferable in essence to coding. Like, if statements, if this happens, do this, X equals Y. It's all based around basic coding. So that can be transferable. I would use Dreams as a stepping point to anything creational because it's the easiest way to get into it and it makes it fun, which in turn makes learning easier. And then move to a conventional engine, and then you'll realize how actually hard it is. But still, it's a lot easier than jumping straight into Unreal and spending 25 hours on videos trying to figure out how to even just move around the interface and haven't made anything.
Yeah. Oh, RBD said, "Why don't you just use Unity?" And then Entropy said, "Unity plus Blender plus Audacity plus Git
Yeah,
plus etc."
yeah,
And
exactly.
you
It's
know,
it's an all-in-one tool, and you don't get that anywhere else. No matter what engine you're using, you're not going to get an all-in-one system that offers you every form of creation under one tool set. It doesn't exist. Unity can't make music. It makes games. It makes interactable content. You need to make your music somewhere else and import it in.
see
Dreams, you can do it all in one place.
see the one difference between I guess the way that we see it is I don't see it as a mistake for people to try to think about it, or not a mistake, but a perception issue of, what you can or can't achieve. Like you might not be able to export, but we do know it's moving towards this direction. Like they are planning on doing something with it, and it's still a young engine. It's still a young platform. For me, the difference is like the interview that they did, and they were talking about how the way they went about building dreams and how it's different from other other platforms or creation engines. And for me, I don't think you do have to go anywhere else. I just think that you have to be willing to grow with it. Because, yeah, you might not be able to put it up on Steam, but at the same time, like you said, go look at Unity, go look at Unreal, go look at these other things where you're trying to put together these games, and you'll see real quickly just how much that, like, for a lot of people, some people, they just get it. Okay. And I'm not trying to say anything about those people, but for most people who are just like, I really want to do this, I don't have the training in it. I look at dreams kind of like, if for those who see my Twitter, I posted a video about it was showing the artist for Akira, and they were doing all this work for like 1 minute
I saw that.
of animation in Akira. And I was having a talk with my brother, and I was like, sometimes I think back to what people had to do before technology kind of made things easier for them. And to me, dreams is dreams is already, even without an export function or any of that, is already kind of like computer, like animation or computer editing, as opposed to the dudes in film who used to have to sit back in the dark room and actually splice the film to edit things together. Which, I mean, thinking about that process, if you've done video editing at all, you know, even with technology, how tedious and how demanding, like attention focus that can be. Well, think about if you had to be actually working with the film and literally cutting it and putting it with the next scene and putting it back together, running the reel. Like it's crazy. But but that difference between that level of editing and editing now is the difference I personally see between basically Unity and Unreal and all that and Dreams. Like Dreams is not the Dreams is nowhere near at this point where it's going to be. Like when it's all said and done, if it's ever said and done, it's nowhere near where it's going to be. But just as a starting point, the starting point, a year and a half working its way up there, like years old, it's already to me that jump, because you don't have to go to school for it. Like you can literally learn within the game and pick it up faster and create something worthwhile easier, but it doesn't mean it's less, it doesn't mean it's less technical. It's just technical in a different way. If you get what I'm saying.
Another thing to mention as well, like, is the actual investment is so much lower with Dreams. Like, if you already have a PS4, £30. That's it. £30 and you're in. If you want to learn Unreal or Unity or any of these other game creation software, you need a beefy PC to be able to run that stuff smooth. Like, if you're creating 3D worlds in Unity, you need a good PC to run that. That's a lot of money. Like,
Yeah.
you need good hardware to run that. Even if you don't have a PS4, buy a secondhand one off Facebook or on eBay. Get a copy of Dreams, £300-400, dollars, whatever, you're in. You're good to go.
Yeah.
The whole investment side of it is so much more cheaper as well. And that's why a lot of people love Dreams as well, is that they've always wanted to try it. Like, it's always been something that they know they would enjoy, but just could not afford to give in the investment for it. Because it is a huge investment. Building a PC, buying one, whatever, it's expensive. It's not cheap, especially to run stuff in Unreal the way that people would want to run stuff. Because obviously, most people want to make an open world game, or this massive RPG. That's the two main things that people always drive for.
Yeah.
You're going to need expensive hardware to run that stuff. And it's so much cheaper with Dreams. Just buy the game. It's all there. Everything you need.
Uh, yeah. I mean, so the real fluke, which welcome, by the way. Good to see you, my guy. He said, also, like, I have to spend my life doing horrible jobs in manual labor for extremely low pay. Then I spend my life on this hobby that makes Sony money and doesn't make me anything.
Well, I mean,
I,
um, yeah, I see your point. I do get your point, but ultimately, you know, surely you knew that going into it. Dreams doesn't have an export function. It's not meant as of right now to make you money. I mean, I think that's going to change in the long run. I think obviously exportation is going to become a thing and people can monetize and whatever. But as of right now, that's not a thing, and it's something that they've been quite clear about that it's not a thing right now. It's something they're looking into. So again, if you feel that your hobby is coming to a point where you feel you're comfortable enough with it and you want to make money with it, then I would encourage you to look at Unreal and these other engines that offer you that monetization, because Dreams just doesn't offer that right now.
yeah. And I mean, I just, I don't know. I feel there's a little bit of hyperbole in that as well. Like, spend my life on this hobby that makes Sony money and doesn't make me anything. Like, I mean, that's kind of stating that, you know, that it's never going to offer any type of monetary compensation, which we have no guarantee. So you're valid in saying it. But at the same time, I feel like we know they're working towards it. Like, they've said as much. That, like, and it's just, I don't know. And not to mention, because I think I might be a little jaded, and I am looking at Chet. I'm way behind, but I feel like for me, there is a way to monetize it right now. It's
Certain
just
aspects, yes.
it's yeah, certain aspects is just people are focusing on the game portion of it. And which we all know that was never my intention. Like, I'm working on my first game now, and I'm learning a lot. I finally dove into Logic, and I actually made something that worked. so I was extremely happy. But yeah, like, I mean, just like when we had Bivson on, and I still am like, yo, take Snowball and go enter it into a film festival. I am absolutely confident that he will win if he does that. It's just for the game aspect, yeah, there's not very much for exporting, right now. But everything else, you can monetize.
Yeah, because everything's your own in Dreams as well. Like, you own everything, providing you make it from scratch. Everything's yours. You're in the copyright to everything. There's nothing stopping you from, you know, building a short film and trying to sell it to Netflix or something. That's all you. You could do that. They have no quarrel with that at all. But at the end of the day, the biggest thing with Dreams is games. That's the whole thing. Like, yes, it offers everything else, but the biggest factor of Dreams is the games. And that's what makes Dreams what it is everybody wants to make games. And yeah, there's no exportation right now, but I think it's definitely going to come. It's something that they have to work towards. There's a lot of involvement with something like that because, from my perspective, everything would have to be made from scratch unless you had explicit written confirmation from the original creator if you use Dreamiverse assets. It's just an absolute nightmare. And I can see why it's on the back burner. They've got so many other things that they need to do first before exportation becomes a true thing. And it's because it's just such a headache to try and get your head around. But I definitely think it's there and it's going to happen.
I wouldn't be opposed to them never bringing it. But
Yeah.
the trade-off would be because it already is. What is it? Vorium. Vorium said Dreams is a creation platform and hosting service and community. So with that in mind, if they made it so you couldn't export, but they developed that to where you could actually make money within the platform as it stands with gaming, I'd completely trade that off. I mean, if it's like when Netflix first became a thing, the what was it? Yeah, when Netflix first became a thing, they had a talk with one of the CEOs about their streaming and all this other stuff, and they were like, "So what's your long-term goal?" And the CEO said, "Our goal is to become HBO before HBO can become us." And I feel like that's kind of where we are. Like, that's why I say I don't mind there not being like being able to export, because I feel like if in itself Dreams can be a community that just constantly grows over time and kind of becomes its own version of a Sony-based Steam. Also, your internet looks like it's about to go out or something because your quality dropped, and I'm sorry to everyone for that. He's turning into a Nintendo game. But yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of where I stand on it. But if you don't mind, or if you want to, we can catch up with chat because I'm just looking at this bar. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to try and sort out my internet, see what's going on.
So the real Fluke, because I'm definitely not trying to have anybody out here like thinking Fluke isn't about it, because Fluke is an incredible creator, okay? Incredible. But he says, I do love Dreams, and it's a great tool, but eventually one does hit a wall, which is okay. So just wanted to make sure we didn't get the one side, didn't want people going at Fluke. But Afroman says, I am creating in Dreams to relax and realize my thoughts. Also, I love the community. The community is the most wholesome and helpful community I have ever experienced in games. So, yeah, I wouldn't trade it. I honestly wouldn't. Ninjas, I've got money to live. I want peers, community, and a creative cipher of like-minded people. It's one of the most valuable things you can have. So we agree on that. But he says, I will never block anyone who wants that, as in the other side of that. Talk33 said, I can't code, nor do I want to. Dreams has given me a start in game creation. And RBD, who we know is talented outside of Dreams as well, as most people are. I'm just saying, I've seen this man work and his work, and he has a game on Steam and other stuff. But RBD said, I picked up Unity again for the first time in like 5 years. Oh my Lord, I forgot how much of a pain it is. Dreams really spoils us. So, yeah. Entropy says it's not fun. Dreams is fun. And let me see here. Yeah, Brown says, yeah, problem is my friends are not interested in Dreams at all. I mean, we'll get them eventually. We will personally get them eventually. Let me see. What, I'm not sure how I know. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Thion Gamer or Theon Gamer, maybe. Sorry about that. But it says Dreams is the first creation tool in UI I actually enjoy using and creating with, and I'm a UX designer. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I was trying to say moments ago when I was talking about just that switch. Like, I believe for anyone who wants to underplay Dreams, I believe that it is the way forward. And if y'all have noticed, there have been certain things like in ZBrush where they're kind of moving in the direction that Dreams has already gone now with the way you're working with shapes. They've already started to change their whole. They've already started to change their approach. And I do believe that in itself is because of Dreams. I believe it. It may not be true. They might have always been working on it for like the last 5 years or something. They just brought it out now. But it's the way. This is the way. Afro Man, I moved from Unreal Engine 4 to Dreams. The workflow is much faster. Also, I love the built-in audio tools and the way the logic stuff works in Dreams. Also, I learned the first time to sculpt stuff and doing animations. Okay. So the first time he got to approach, I mean, same here. That's been, yeah. It's given me everything, honestly. It is my life now. So
Dreams is life.
It really is for me. I mean, I've talked about before, because of not knowing anybody, not having connections, not being in the right geographical location, like doing what I've wanted to do and the way I've wanted to create was not available to me outside of in my brain until Dreams came. And it gave me something to be able to create a workflow that I can work with, that I have a community to back me and can create and put things out there, get my ideas out there. So no matter what anyone may think of how maybe analytically critical I may sound, I love Dreams. And as I've said before, if it didn't change at all. Now, I know, like I said before, this is kind of just based around what I want to do with Dreams. But if it didn't change at all from what it is now, after the 10-year plan is dead and gone, I still be on it. That's truly how I feel. So the reality, yeah, you can spend countless hours in Dreams getting good and have no chance to profit, but you'd spend 10 times in those other programs and you still probably won't make money. Entropy, thank you. Entropy, that is dead on. That is dead on.
Another thing to mention, like with exportation as well, like, there's people say, oh yeah, but it ain't got exportation, so like, whatever you make, you can't release. If you're just starting out with Unity or Unreal, you're not going to release anything for about 3 years. You're just not, because it's not going to be up to scratch, regardless of what you're making. Like, if you're going in completely blank, never learned it before, don't know what you're doing, no different than starting Dreams and not knowing what you're doing. Yeah, Dreams doesn't have exportation, but Dreams is easier to learn. So you can make something on Dreams and release it on the Dreamiverse that is of better quality than what I use quality loosely. It's going to be better quality than what in the time you've spent on it in Dreams than what you would have made in Unreal with the same amount of time. Yes, like Unreal can definitely create better graphical fidelity. You could do all these fancy things with these products, but in regards to the time spent on each platform, you're going to make a better game in Dreams in the time you've spent against the time that you would have spent in Unreal. Unless you're like this super genius that just picks up things instantly and you're like, yeah, I've got it. I know how to do it. No problem at all. Or if you're like the average Joe that, learns at a really slow pace and it takes a few times for things to kick in and set in your mind and you're like, right, okay, I finally got this one little thing down or whatever. You're going to make a better quality product to test your skills in Dreams than you are in any other engine in the time that you've spent doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's see. So let's go through. Let's see. Fluke said, I got into Dreams to relax and create stuff, but now I've put so much time into it, it feels like I eventually need to move on. It's a good hobby, and it helped me find something I can pour time into. It's a good tool to just build something out of the gate, but I also don't have any money. I need to pull myself out of poverty and find a career that utilizes my weird talents. Dreams helps me find that, but I do feel I still have to relearn it in professional engines to give myself a shot. I say once again, just to that, I get that. I really do. Believe me, you're speaking to my soul. However, that is assuming a bit. It's assuming that it will never turn into more, which I just can't. I personally just can't believe because we already know that they're talking about it.
Yeah,
So it's
no, I
like
agree.
right now is the time. We're still under what? We're still under 2 years.
Yeah.
Like give it time, hone your skill, and by the end of this, there will be, in my opinion, I don't have any extra hookups at Media Molecule or anything, but by the time this is all said and done, I truly believe you will have a way to monetize. And I think it's coming sooner than a lot of people think.
But if not,
But if not, there's still ways. There's still things you can do. Like, it may not be a game per se, but like I said, there's just ways. There's ways. There's ways to monetize without their export. Like without their export as far as gaming goes. So I don't know. Like I really do think it's gonna turn into an industry within itself. I mean, there's already people. I mean, I know people feel many different ways about this, but there's already people making money in Dreams just doing things to help people create.
but if not, at the same time, I mean, I completely agree with everything you've said, 100%. But at the same time, if none of that is for you, then why not move to another platform? Like, if you really feel that that's the way you need to go, I don't see an issue with it. I don't even think Media Molecule would have an issue with it. In fact, I think they would be. I think they would literally look at themselves and say, "We've done it. We have set the goal. We've done it. We have literally turned someone that couldn't do anything in regards to game development prior to Dreams, can now develop, and now feels the need to move to a professional platform and make a career out of this." I think they'd be like, "That's it. Dreams has served its purpose," because Dreams, their goal is to just push your creativity and fill you with this need to do it, and they've given you that at a much easier, lower level learning experience. And if you feel you need to move, I feel you've taken from Dreams everything you need, and you're ready for the next step. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you feel that your talent and skill is enough to move to another platform and relearn everything at a different way because you have that experience from Dreams to back you up on it, go for it. Do it. Don't hold yourself back. If you can't wait for Dreams to evolve to where you need it to be right now, there's nothing stopping you from moving. I mean, you can still play Dreams. Just start developing in another engine. Nothing wrong with that at all.
And I'd also like to say, just for the record, thank you to everybody that joined us today. This is an amazing conversation. And that's why, I call myself personified food for thought, because that's what I want this to be about. Basically, I want to have these conversations with the community just as a gauge to see what everyone's thinking. I read through Twitter all the time to see things, and I know that there's people who, for instance, feel like they're getting frustrated because read a post today. Someone was saying they're not going to work on multiplayer games anymore because it's taken too long for multiplayer to come. And those are all, everything we talk about and everything we're going to talk about can be summed up by growing pains. That's literally everything we have talked about, will talk about, are speculating on. It's all the growing pains of Dreams as a platform. And I just appreciate being a part of that. So thank you to all of you for that. Ninja says, you got to know yourself. Are you going to end up bitter and resentful in 2026 because the money and opportunities maybe never came? Or are you here to have fun and maybe you'll look back on it fondly and find your own way? But this work in MM Games has translated to professional careers for plenty of people. And I will second that. There are people who have gotten jobs. Like, I mean, I haven't talked about this because I can't give any more information than this. But if someone as inept in Dreams as me can actually get I have a client that I made a book cover for. And I designed the prelims within Dreams. That's me translating it into money. That's just the thing. I mean, I really do think people are waiting just a little. They're looking for the direct translation.
You need to think outside the box if you want to make money out of Dreams right now.
Yeah, there's people who have become interior designers with Dreams. People who create 3D walkthroughs of properties with Dreams. Like, I mean, there's ways. Now, maybe you might not be able to do the game. And like I said, the game thing is the hang up for a lot of people. You know, they want to create games. And I just think that takes waiting, unfortunately, for now. Like, you know, just like I have to wait until my skills match my brain so that I can put out something that I'm actually proud of. So, you know, it's just the way of things. So, I mean, RBD, you are right. Like, money is important, and that's just life. And I use a profile. It says, it's disturbing to me that the corporate capitalistic mindset is so ingrained in society that for most people, all kind of creativity or art or whatever has to be marketable and sold and generated at financial payoff. It's like, hey, kids, stop playing with your Legos. Put up a cam and play on YouTube. Might get you some followers. Go make money with it. I mean, that is just the way of things, as RBD said. You know, but hopefully, you know, you have people that look at it in other ways. I mean, just like MC Alchemist when he was on here, for one of our more recent shows, talking about how he's like, you know, I already made my money with my job, or I make my money with my job. What I do in Dreams is purely for me to have fun. And, you know, that's not the same for everybody, but there are ways to do this. We just got to look outside the box and wait. The real fluke, money isn't everything. People with money. Lol. So
It's very true.
Jovanikin, oh, hey, it's all fine that you showed up late, my dude. It's all fine. Like, that's why we have VODs. That's why I have the YouTube where I put this stuff up, usually same night. If you want the video, we have the audio only, which will be up tonight as well, if not tomorrow morning. Like, we're just here having a conversation. You can join whenever. We don't even have to be live. Let's see. Ninja said, I'm probably the brokest dude here at Fluke. Oh, boy. This is why I love it, because we can have these conversations and not be at each other's throats. That in itself, and we're on the internet. So, like, this is within itself the beauty of the Dreams community. And I'm so thankful. So, Skitsayan said, Jamie, did you book the taxi? I'm guessing that's personal life stuff. Right?
Yeah, that's personal.
Where you going, bro?
There is an actual Dreams conversation. If you go down, you'll see the whole thing back and forth.
Okay, so yeah, let me make my way through. I use a profile, right? Money shouldn't be your first thought. Years ago, I wrote a book for myself, not to get money, just to create a cool story. I was workless at the time. First, I just gifted my books to my friends. At the end, I published it and sold about 5,000 copies.
Oh, wow.
Afro, well done. Well done. 50,000 sold, $7 a pop. Hola, humans. What's up, Nivy artists? We're going through chat right now because I'm trying to catch up, but our conversation has been so... It's been so intriguing, I think, today that I am literally so behind. I'm trying, guys. Y'all were going. Let's see here. RBD, Unreal Engine gets better results, but is even more of a pain to use than Unity. I'm telling y'all, it's the future. Hello, Mighty and Jamie. Hello, Gecko. Welcome. Good to see you. How many years into the 10-year plan are we? A year and a half, basically. Like, we're nowhere, like, we're still in the beginning. And, I mean, That was about a week ago where PlayStation actually put up like its because we always talk about PlayStation as far as like marketing goes. Well, they actually put up like their an advertisement of like their heavy hitting exclusives, and they included Dreams. They included Dreams on the little ad. I was so impressed. I was like, yes. Thank you.
Some recognition.
Yeah, y'all got me out here screaming at IGN members just to try to get some rotation on Dreams. But yeah, I was really, really happy about that. Let me see here. Ragamuffins. I feel like if you go hard in Dreams and stack up all these games, you will be ready for when monetization comes down the pipe finally. Yeah, that's what I mean. Hone the skills. Hone the skills and be ready to present your best. And even if monetization doesn't come, you're going to have a bunch of people following you. If you want to do more within Dreams and the Dreams community, if you are not on Twitter, get on Twitter. You will see the beauty of this community and how often people share and just talk about random things. And it's the internet, so I'm sure there's negativity out there somewhere. But I mean, my whole profile is built around Dreams. I don't follow anything else. And I went from having the most toxic Facebook and Twitter account as far as like what I was paying attention to basically having, I don't mind social media anymore because I just made a new account, basically said I follow Dreams. That's it. and now I have a delightful social media time. I don't spend my time anywhere else now. Let's see. Where was I? Guys.
You go for chat.
Yeah. Well, I know, bruh. Thank you. Also, water is wet. No, I'm just.
Is it though?
What do you mean? Or is it just metaphysically slick? Is that what you're saying?
Possibly.
Possibly. You never know.
Who knows? Who knows?
It could be invisible aliens in a different dimension just licking your skin. Anyway, the point is,
I'd rather water just be wet. Oh my God.
See, you took me there. I didn't want to go there.
Yeah, I'm rolling it back. Water's wet. Okay, I agree with you.
You can't undo what has come now. But anyway, let's see. It's like Dreams has been a beta since it came out to figure out how to implement it or make it a real industry, and maybe we are all part of that growing process. We've said that. Yeah. I truly believe that we are in the Dreams beta. Like, we are all the beta right now. And what they're going to end up, where they're going to end up taking it, I feel like everyone in it right now is going to benefit drastically when people catch on. And I truly believe, as Jamie has said before, this is kind of his point he was making, it's only going to take one thing. One thing needs to hit. And everything we're talking about now is going to go obsolete. I know one thing. As a studio that Sony owns, they hiring a lot. So Sony's still on board to get rid of those fears. So, I mean, we got things to do. Okay, I'm going to start skipping down because I really feel like I'm never going to... Oh, wait. No, I'm almost there. I'm almost at the end.
Yeah, you're almost
I'm making my way. So, let me see here. Now I lost my spot. Oh, here we go. Theon Gamer or the Young Gamer? Is that what it's supposed to be? The Young Gamer? I think I got it. I think I figured this out. Martin Nebelong registered on the commercial page and he's making money using Dreams for concept art, covers, etc.
Look,
yeah.
Matt Nebelong is booked up. Like, literally booked up. He's got months worth of work. Like, he's fully booked. And because, Matt Nebelong, he's a godlike on Dreams. Like, the things he creates is just ridiculous. And so, people want that. He's made stuff for, like, a Warhammer trailer. Like, for an actual game. Like, rather than them waste their time rendering something They saw his work and how good it is and just went, use him. Stick it in the trailer. Happy days. Like, that's totally possible because those type of things are easily exported. And if you can create stuff of a good clarity within Dreams, there's no reason why these companies would not want to use your work because they don't care what it's made in. They're no more interested in flying the air, whether it's made in Dreams or if you've used a professional toolkit that you spent £20,000 on. They don't care. As long as they get the end result they're looking for, what they've paid for, they couldn't care less where it's come from.
Yeah.
So people that make stuff like that, use that to your advantage in Dreams. Totally possible. Matt and Nebelong is living proof of it.
Yeah. Yeah. With the community, probably the beta testers of this growing platform, and we're probably creating a possible portfolio for him to create Dreams in the future. I mean, eventually, mark my words. I don't know how I feel about this happening per se, but Dreams is going to be on PC. And even if even if there is no boom as far as player base, which there will be, because there are a ton of people, like I said, I read comments all day. Like, there are a ton of people who are just like, the moment it hits PC, I'm in. And so it's going to get to a point where I feel like it's going to hit PC, and this is merely the beta. But if you have a well-built, developed game in the Dreams community, by the time that happens, you got the jump.
Yeah, you're already there.
But create for my personal advice: create for fun and bide your time. And if you can't create for fun, then yeah, as Jamie said, go to Unity, go to Blender, go to Unreal, go to one of these other things that you feel will work best for you, because it's not, it is what it is. Basically, it is what it is. Let me see. Yeah, Brown said someone from the from don't remember his name, said in a flash interview that he would like big game developing companies to use Dreams to create their games in the future. I think that's what they're working for. They're working towards. And I think they will have that. But we'll see. Nivy artist. I used to go around my neighborhood selling all my superhero drawings when I was a kid. Entrepreneur. I like it. I'm all about that. Let's see. Yeah, Brown. I meant creating the portfolio for to push Dreams into a big industry. Yeah. Gecko at Nivy Artist. I tried to sell race car drawings door to door at age 4. Yo, Gecko out here grinding. He's out here grinding for real. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. I mean, not to take this in rap. I don't know if it's everybody's cup of tea, but I mean, that's how Ludacris got started. And now he's in movies, acting. But when he made his first album, he basically made his first album and he sold it on the street. Like, that's why I said that line earlier. 50,000 sold, $7 a pop. That's how he got into the industry. He literally sold it himself. So figure out the best way to get your work out there. Because don't believe in the market, ladies and gentlemen. Everything can. I'm not trying to go along with the whole capitalist thing everybody was talking about, but there is no market. There's someone out there who wants your work. And you basically just have to work any way you can to get it out there if that's what's important to you. If it's what's important to you. It's not important to everybody, as multiple people have said throughout this show. I don't know how to move around in Twitter. Yeah, bro. Maybe I'm becoming a bitter old man, but I created an account to look for Dreams content and share mine, but didn't know what to do. Yeah, I mean, I was in your shoes. Like, I wasn't very great at understanding how Twitter worked. And I just felt like I went in and I just, found the Made in Dreams hashtag and the Dreams PS4 hashtag. And I was like, follow that. And then I just started seeing people's stuff and just developed a talk with the community. Because when I first came into Dreams, I was closed off. I was like, I'm creating this thing on my PlayStation downstairs, and I don't have time. It's just me. I've waited my whole life to do this project. I want to do this project. Let me do it. And I didn't pay attention to the community until after I finished the project, and I was like, huh, this community is absolutely awesome. And now we sit here before you with a podcast completely dedicated to dreams, which we don't monetize, at least not directly. We're not out here. We're not out here doing anything. We just love being here talking with everybody. We could do the Patreon thing and try to do all this other stuff. I'm not a big YouTuber or anything like that, but I love talking dreams. I love it. I don't know if you can see my eyes. Can you smell my eyes? Can you smell them? I love talking dreams, and I love speaking with all of you.
The bottom line of it is, regardless of your opinion of dreams, it's just a cool thing, and we just love talking about it, using it, playing with it. Just everything about it is just sweet.
Let's see. I think Gecko said, I think of this as Dreams 1.0 and multi-platform or export ad is Dreams 2.0. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think multi-platform will ever happen unless it's PC. Like it's not going to come to other. It's like it's not going to come to Switch and Xbox. That's just not going to happen. The only place it would really work is PC, and that's going to be right at the end of the 10-year plan.
And Ninja said, just saying thanks for reading my other comments. Of course, I'm trying to get through all of them.
There's a lot of comments today.
At least one from each person, for crying out loud. I don't want it to turn into like an audiobook, but I'm trying to get through everybody's comments because that is why we're here. Gecko said, I found this music video under the bridge. Any takers? Dude, if and when it comes to PC, I'll give it a shot finally. No, you're going to give it a shot before then, Ragamuffins. Because we
get a PS4.
No, I told him, we'll go into that off the air. But my younger sister is trying to get on Dreams now. She's finally at that age where she doesn't sound like a squeak toy. So, I could understand what she was saying, but I was just like, I was like, do you like games? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, do you like doing artwork and, being creative? She was like, yeah. And I was like, okay. So I think I'm going to give her my PS4 with Dreams.
Good choice.
That I can get, because she's only like 6. And she's incredibly, I know everybody says this about family members or whatever, but hear me out. She's incredibly smart, like super smart. So I'm going to see if I can get her on there. I'm going to make a game with my little sister.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Screw the noise. We're going to make something real fun just for the
That'd be really good.
Just for the cheering. Let me see. Sega Dreamcast, man. Dreamcast. I mean, this is a Dreams thing, but Dreamcast is literally the most underrated and possibly best console ever made.
They were really creative with that console, even down like to the memory cards.
They set the stage for everything we have now. If you ask me, but nobody asked me. Anyway, the point is, yeah, Brown, I'll take your advice on Twitter. Yeah, do it, man. I'm telling you. Like, if you're going there and you're going to get your emotions behind it, yeah, just drop that at the door. Like, you might post things for a while and no one says anything. Like, but usually if you hashtag Made in Dreams or Dreams PS4, you'll see people have seen it. And, don't just be there to take from the community, give to the community as well. Get in other people's comments. You see something you like. If you see Tap, give do one of his daily tutorials, and it helps you out. I mean, I don't know how many times since I've gotten on that seeing somebody do something, I'm like, oh, that's how you do it. Of course, that never worked for me with logic. I don't know. Something just switched in my brain recently where it made sense all of a sudden. I'm still not great at it, but I was like, oh,
you'll get that.
I understand how to use these 3 gadgets.
That's a win.
Why Ledbetter? Another god amongst men. What's going on,
That
lad?
that rover, that Mars rover he did in
It-
that style with the outlines and stuff. Oh, so good.
I mean, that was so long ago. I don't want to disrespect his current
Oh
work,
yeah,
like
no,
that thing
no,
he was
yeah.
doing in
Like
30 minutes. That little clip you posted earlier,
all
I saw
all
that.
of his work, all of his work is like fantastic. But that's the one that always sticks out in my brain is the Mars rover. I just loved it. So good.
Uh, Gecko said mobile phones have gyros. Just wait till I have a mobile phone as strong as a PS4 and we good. Or I can plug a DualShock into my phone. And then Ninja said, I'd love to eat a gyro right now. Just a wholesome place. Real Fluke literally had the same thought. Oh boy. So Jovanican, Logic Brain, Joe, we still need to get up at some point because I am trying to get you on the team, bro. I'm trying to get you in here. Let me
Waiting.
see. Let me see. DRD 7014. It says, do you think they'll bring keyboard and mouse support onto PS4, PS5 before it would come to PC? I do,
Yeah.
but they've always been a little weird about it. So I don't know. Like,
You see,
I think they will.
I think eventually it's something that they would consider, but like like you've just said, like they made a deal about it, and rightly so, because everything's been designed to use the basis of what you've got, which is a PlayStation. The console runs the game, and the controller is your tool to make everything with. And once you've learned how to use the controller, it is so seamless. Like once you've got all the shortcuts down and you've memorized everything, it's a seamless experience. It's very easy to navigate once you've got your head around all of the shortcuts for everything. And I think to just take all that work and just diminish it by giving keyboard support would kind of, I don't know, and like everything kind of needs the gyro and stuff, and you could do that with a mouse, but I don't know. I feel it would take something away from Dreams, like the whole made with a console and everything. I don't know. If they was going to do it, I'd say just they'd probably test it with PS4 first before the PC rollout. But again, it's such a long way away because if it is going to happen, it's going to be at the end of the whole plan that they have for Dreams.
JC Hedges after Spicy making fun of me because he said you finally caught up 1 hour in. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. So he said JC Hedges said, "Is it weird that I'd rather get Dream's version of cloth physics than online multiplayer or a PC port?" I don't think that's weird at all. Personally,
a lot of people want realistic cloth physics. A lot of people want it.
That and shape opacity. That's I would really. I'm still on that, guys. I'm still on it. But let me see here. We're almost there. Okay, well, yeah, we're there now. A mouse is just crappy hand tracking. I hate to censor you like that. No, I'm just. I mean, I've always said the thing I want the most is Wacom support. I will straight up plug it directly into my PlayStation and use it. That and like a solid black fleck that I don't have to stamp 30 times to make it like the solid color I want or tweak anything. But that's all. Like I said, it's all coming. I'm not griping.
You're griping.
I'm not. Look, what did I say? 10 years, if they change nothing, I'm still here. You can only have so big of a gripe if you say that.
You can still gripe and stick around for the 10 years.
Look, but I mean, but then
I'm sorry. All right, I'm sorry.
Look,
sorry.
Y'all see this? Y'all should have heard him before we went live. This man has been on something today. He has no sympathy for all the troubles that I've gone through. Yeah. Oh, so you're one of those? You're one of those? You're just gonna take it out on your internet internet husband?
I would never.
That's the type of people we are now. No, I'm just waiting. Let me see.
Uh,
Robo Creative, I think takes pride that you can create with a DualShock and Move controllers. Their pride alone may keep it from keyboard and mouse. And we'll see. It's possible. And, I'll just keep fumbling around with those Move controllers that can't, that for some
oh, you
reason.
just wait. You just
Oh,
wait till
oh, oh,
PSVR 2 comes out with those new controllers.
oh, PSVR 2. I'm
Oh
already on it,
boy.
guys. I'm already
Oh
on it.
boy.
I need it.
That's going to be
Um,
interesting for Dreams for sure.
let me see. Why Ledbetter? Yeah, paint line stank.
You
So
can't say that. You've already mastered the technique.
yeah, this man's already out here doing it, doing the
Yeah.
dang thing. So JC Hedges, I've gotten pretty far with using paint rigged to invisible sculpts, but it's very thermo heavy.
Mm.
Let me see. Get ready for Gecko. Get ready for 10 years of griping. Oh Lord.
Uh,
So let's see. Spicy Real Pro sculpt with the PS Move gun attachment. Nothing but lead. Indeed. They should force PC players to use an NES pad. Wow.
wow. Okay.
Yeah. And with that, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
Jamie, did you have anything you wanted to go through before we end for today?
No, I think we're at a good point.
Okay. Well, next week, let me see. Next week, we're going to have Artie Cottrell as our guest. And the week following, we're going to have Vince Cully to come and join us.
That's going to be cool.
Yes. And so we have things planned. As I told y'all before, I actually did hear back from, for those of you who watch Castlevania on Netflix, I have heard back from the voice actor who played Isaac and said he'd love to be on the podcast and have the conversation with us. Time is the only issue, so we will see where that goes. I'm still setting up the thing with the directors and writers for the movie Fat Man, and I've reached out to a few others because there's a lot I want to get done. I'm trying to bring in a lot of people from outside of Dreams, bring them into the community as a resource for everyone, and we'll see how far I can get with that.
We're working on a lot of stuff, people.
Yes.
We're talking. We're reaching out to a lot of different people because we want to really broaden the horizons with the show, and it's still going to be Dreams related, but speaking to game developers from other studios and how that relates to Dreams and stuff like that. So we're trying to get some really interesting people on the show.
Yeah. So let me see here. Where do we want to send everybody? Who's on? Do we know? Do you have any idea? Wait, what if, let me see. What advice would you give to people who want to work on Dreams every day but procrastinate from their mindset of, oh, I can't do this now because I'm not ready? I would say, then Lee's it is. I would say just do it. I mean, I'm not trying to meme, but just do it because you grow the more you use Dreams. The more you do, like when you first start out, you might not be Picasso, but at the same time, even me who struggled for a long time with making things look the way I wanted to, or I wanted them to, I eventually got there. So that's just it. Just do it.
I would say, I agree with you. Just do it is a great advice, but I would also say a good learning curve is using the jams. So jams and the community jams is a good way of sort of pushing yourself to get stuff out because there's no quality level that is expected from you with anything you enter, whether it be community jams or jams. And the fact that there is like a time limit, there's a deadline to reach, will push you to get it done. You're like, okay, I've got to get it done before 4 o'clock on a Friday. It's got to be finished because the deadline's coming. That will give you the determination to get it finished as well. So definitely don't hold back on the jams. They're a really great tool to sort of push you to create and get stuff out there.
Yeah. And as let me see here. Once again, chat is going insane, and I'm trying to catch up. Like, I saw something a moment ago I was going to quote, but it's gone. I think it was
Oh,
Ledbetter. I think it was...
the real Fluke is nicknamed Ghost Fruit Ghost Malone, and I'm just going to use that forever from now on forth. That's fantastic. Ghost Malone. Love it.
Was it Ledbetter? If I attribute this to somebody else, I'm sorry. No, it was Gecko. No, it wasn't. Good Lord. How many chats?
What are
There's
you
so
talking
many.
about?
Well, somebody in chat, because it said that you have to start to get better. So that's exactly it right there. That's
okay.
You have to start. Yeah, why Ledbetter? I take full credit.
I take full credit.
I believe it was Ledbetter, but I'm not sure. But yeah, you have to start to get better, and that's just it. It's you know, it might hurt your feelings, but you'll come back if you really want to create.
Yeah.
And that forces you to get better. That forces you to learn, and you will evolve.
It's the same with anything. You know, if you really want to do it, you just need to get out there and do it. And, you know, I've seen so many people enter the Dreamiverse, create Twitter accounts, say they're going to build the world and leave. And that's fine. You know, if it's not for you, it's not for you. But, like, you know, look at all these people that come to chat every week in, week out on our show. You know, these people stick with it because they have the passion to do it. And that's what you need. You just need to crack on with it. If you want something in life, no one's going to hand it to you on a silver platter. Just got to do it.
Yeah. So apparently it was Ragamuffin that said it.
Oh.
And why Ledbetter? He said, why Ledbetter, you thief?
Ledbetter took the credit now, so thanks, Ledbetter.
Oh, no. We're not even going to try to attribute it. Yeah, apparently. Yeah. Not to an outsider. No. How dare you? So anyway, thank you everybody for joining us. I truly enjoyed our time this week. We will see you back next Friday to again try not to have the Friday curse take us off air, but it worked out today. I prayed. I
told you it would. I told you it was going to be fine.
Well, thank you, and
see you all next week.
Yeah, see you all next week. Let me set this raid for Lee's. I'm not seeing Lee's on. Are y'all sure she's on?
Maybe she wasn't. She's gone now.
Guys, confirm. Confirm.
I'm not seeing anybody on right now. I mean, there should be people on it.
I'm seeing Sauceless on, but I don't see Lee's, and everybody was like, "Go to Lee's." So she's on. Okay, well then I'm just gonna have to do it. The manual way here. So there we go. There we go. Well, then everybody enjoy your time with her. And again, thank you.
See you later.